this video, we're going to demo how to use the Vitamix and the Robocoo. Vitamix is just a brand, so it would be for the blender if you're not familiar with the Vitamix brand. This is the Vitamix as a whole from the top view, and here is it is on the side view. Okay, so for the top of it, you always want to store the Vitamix with the baton in the lid on top and then the baton in it. Okay, you don't want to put the baton inside and then the lid, because of course the baton, as you can see, this one is damaged from the blades going inside the blender. Okay, so once you put your item, this mechanism is actually not built to blend the amount of it if it was full. You need to blend, you only need to put the amount of it halfway. If you put it halfway, you'll be able to blend it smoother and more proper. So this is the bottom base. Of course, you have a plug as well as it is coiled on the bottom. So it should always be coiled when you get it, and then after you're done with it, you'll coil it back, which I'll show you. So you'll coil it right now. And if you take a look at the plugs, which if it's facing me, you see that there's a high and variable button on one side. Make sure it's always on variable, and then make sure the knob is at 1, and then make sure it's on the off button when you first start. And then you go ahead and plug it in, and you put the blender on top. Then when you turn it on, it will be at the lowest speed. People will always try to have it on high and then turn it on, and if it's something hot, it will explode. So when you're done blending, turn it off, put all the buttons at the lowest level, okay, and then when you turn it around again, go ahead and coil it back up, and then there's these little feet that keep the coil in place. And once it's coiled, you can put it back into where it belongs. Okay, and that's how you use the VitaPrep. And then how to use the Robocoo. The Robocoo we use for many items. To show you what it looks like on the front end, there's a green button that says on, a red button that says off, and then a pulse button. For the pulse button, you need to pulse it for it to pulse. It just like a heartbeat, you push the button and let go for the pulse action. If you hold on to the pulse button, it will act like if it was just on. On spins the blades non-stop, and then the pulse just spins it when you press it. So the normal top that you usually use is the one with the food processor and the blade. Okay, there is a pin dot right here. There's also, if you look, a pin that goes into the pin dot. And you actually need to put it on a little bit off-centered, and then when you twist, it will lock in place. And in order for that pin to go down to allow the machine to work, you place the blade. The blade has one divot inside for it to only go one way. So you need to make sure it drops all the way down, and make sure you put the blade in first before you put anything in it. Because if you put anything in it first and then try to put the blade, it'll keep the blade from going to the bottom. There's also a latch right here that will push the pin down, and you push it off-centered, and then when you lock it, it will turn everything on if it's plugged in. If it's off-centered and it's not locked, nothing will work. This is kind of safety feature for it, as well as don't put your finger in the hole. If your fingers are long enough, you can get hurt. You can also add cold butter. If you wanted to make a pie crust with this one, you can add cold butter through the hole so that it cuts it nicer, but that's how that one works. You must unlock the top in order to unlock the bottom to release it from the main unit. Okay, and that's that one. This one goes backwards. So the handle was in the front for this mechanism. We will do this one, but the opening is on the back. So as you can see, it has the pin just like the other one. So you do it a little off-centered, and then you straighten it out. And then you place the white one down first, okay, with it off-centered with the flat side. And then again, the gray one. This one, they have a shredder and a blade, so this one will shred like grated cheese. And then the other one will slice, so it will like slice cucumber or carrots, however you'd like, and whichever blade you pick. This one is just the grated one. And then you place this one off-centered because you need to lock it down just like the other lid so that the pin goes down, and then it allows you to push the buttons and turn them on. You can either use either side. Larger items, of course, you put on this side, and then smaller items you put on this side. So if you want to make shredded carrots, if you want the shredded carrots to be small, you would use it tall ways, north to south. And if you want it long grates, you would put it on its side. So you would break the carrot so that it would fit right here and place it in, and so do longer strands of shredded carrot. So however you guys choose, that's how you would do it. And then same thing, you take it apart and unlock it, and then that allows you to take it off the main machine. All three items are considered blades. The blender has a blade, the food processor part has a blade, and the shredder has a blade. So all items need to be washed by hand.